Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. So, in this session, we are going to discuss the class module, right? How to use the class module, and uh, let's take the example of the purchase order header, right? For example, when we uh, click on this purchase order form comes and we enter any purchase order number, then uh, uh, your desired purchase order is displayed, right? And let's go to the purchase order. These are the purchase orders are in two stored. One is header, the other is the detail. In the header, you have one liner set of information. Each purchase order has one line, right? And these are the uh, lines, which these are the headings, the titles, right? Let's press Control C in here, and we go to create a new class, right? And in which we go to the create. So we created a new class, right? By simply right click. When you click right click in here, and you have the option to create a new class, right? We have created it and pasted it here, right? We have pasted all these headers into it. Now let's declare all these. Let's declare all these variables first, for which are related to the purchase order, right? Purchase order header, right? So what we are going to do is writing public, yeah. The first element is being there, and sorry, and then yeah, the first area is PO order, right? Purchase PO ID. That's right. Okay, fair enough. And sorry, yeah. So PO number is more appropriate, I think, right? And then we declare it as a loan, right? To store the numeric value of them. Of course, the purchase order will be numeric, so that's why we are going to use it. Okay. The next is for the supplier. Yeah, public. We will change this to be public and then going on. Okay. So I have already done it. That's why I'm using the redo button, so that you can quickly see what is happening. So public, now the supplier, we are using vendor as a string to store the supplier name, right? Okay. And then comes the created by. If you see in the header, yeah, this is the information in the, and we are going in the same sequence, right? For order ID, and then comes the supplier ID, that is vendor, and now created by, and then comes the date of submission, right? Fair enough. So that's yeah. This the created by is a sorry, it is first of all created by, and it is going to be string. The next is the submitted date. Yeah, so we will write public submitted date. No? We can use it like this, submitted date, right? So this is of course a date, as a date. Okay, and the next is like this. There are so many things. A few more let's take, so that we have some meaningful set of information which we can utilize. Okay, so the public, the creation date. um, is the created on. Created on as a date, and then comes the status ID. So of course, it is a string. So you will say public, and this will become status ID. Okay, status. PO status. We can name it as PO status. PO status. Stat. Okay, PO status. It might be already used by the program. So let's make it a bit different. PO status. That's fine. As a string. Right? So far, so good, and just leave this for the future. We can comment it and we will complete it. But what would happen that you have a PO header class and the class modules, and these are all the variables which you have to define. Now, when you go to your purchase order form, yeah, you have already this form, yeah. If you go to the purchase order form, yeah. So this is the click event. It's an update event of the order when you enter a purchase order, right? So when you are in the edit mode, you would like to dim O. For example, this is a class, the CLS, and that is PO header, as, I'll say new PO header, right? This is here. You have now defined it. Now you have to set it. So by this, you are actually, you have already set it in as a, as a, normally you have to do, you can do it in two steps. First, dim it as a variable, and then you can have a class as a class, okay? So you can have it like this, PO header, and then you can set it, because this is the normal process steps, that first you dim it and then you set it. You set equal to new PO header. PO header. Now you see the PO header is appearing in here, right? Now, since you already have it, now you can use the CLS PO header to initialize all these things. CLS PO header, dot, yeah. So for example, if you press here the dot, you will see all the variables which you have set in it here, the PO number, and created on, because you have defined it in the class, right? So you can initialize them and then you can use it. So this is going to be very improved readability feature. And instead of writing long codes, this will become very efficient. Uh, and in future, when you want to make some enhancement or correction, etc. So yeah, this will help you a lot because you are going to use them, right? So you can initialize it, for example, the PO number, for example, this. So, right, the PO number is equal to, so you can put it like this, the PO number. Yeah, the order two, right? Right. So let's put a breakpoint and see what happens in here as so far. Okay. So, and we run our interface and we are going to execute the purchase order. Form will display. Okay. Let's go to our test purchase order, that is 14. Now, the purchase order is 14 and the PO header, this has been updated, it has already been updated. Similarly, you can have the text order uh, mm, information, whatever you have in here, okay? So you can, let's use the purchase order date, for example, purchase order date. So order date. So we will write CLS, that is class, PO header, and it will guide you that what you want to say. So that is the order date, that is the created date, created on, yeah, this is the order date, equal to what? It is equal to exactly this whole information, right? Control C. But this has to be, since this is a date, you have to make sure that the result is not, converted into the date value, right? So you are going to say that date value of this entire thing. Yeah. So this is going to get you the created on. At the moment, when it is not executed, it is showing 12 a.m. Okay. So let's click it and see what is it. This is the the 4th of January 2023 is the purchase order date number for the 14. You can verify it. Let's go and see it. So since it is working on the form, so we can, of course, it is bringing the right information. Okay, pause it. Let's try one more element for this, and then we will proceed for the next one. Okay, so what we do, we take the next is employee number, right? The employee number, and which is being brought like this, okay? So, so first of all, let's deal this. So what we do here, instead of writing all this, all we need to do is replace this into this, because we have done all that things in there. So let's replace this whole function with what we already have that created on, right? So this will get the date, right? Order date as a text will be related. Okay, so let's see that it does its job well. Yeah, it has done. 4th January 2023. So now the code is refined. It is getting more readable and improved visibility for you, and you can tackle any future troubleshooting very easily and efficiently, because it is using these sense of the object and property. Okay, So let's take the other element, that is employee number we don't have. Okay, so this is the purchasing officer, right? Purchasing officer is also. So you have to have that thing available in the class in order to make this. So we can do this. So what our agenda for this lesson was, that we wanted to show you that you're using the class module. It is very, very efficient, and uh, it improves the professionalism in your programming, in your coding, and it make your code more efficient and readable and manageable later on. Any improvement or enhancement will take lesser time as compared to the traditional way of the programming we do. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.